Hey traders, happy Thursday. This is Ron. Hope you guys are doing great, having a fantastic holiday season. As always, everything in this presentation is for educational purposes only. Starting here with the SPY, lower left, upper right, and look what we just did. We popped out to new all-time highs above average volume. Average volume is 54 million shares. We hit 82 million shares. So those past 3 days we're coming off the highs. Does not mean a thing because we did not technically break down in any way whatsoever. Bulls are running through the holiday season right now. They are prancing reindeer, if you will. Here is the diamonds, fresh new all-time highs. Here are the Qs, fresh new all-time highs. And here's the IWM, the Russell 2000. Small caps were up just under 0.5% today. If I zoom out, they are coming in on September, a year ago highs. That is the target. And if they start playing catch up, that will also be bullish for the overall market. Tomorrow, not tomorrow, but Saturday. Last chance, one more time. I'm going to show you the top 10 stocks for the new year. How to kick the new year off with a bang based on proven track records. Not some black box, not trusting someone's opinion, just the facts, Jack. So please register. I do not do Saturday events very often. It's a rarity when I do them. You can register at the bottom of this video, or if you receive this video by email, you can register there. But please get yourself in. It's 10 a.m. And within the first 5 minutes of going live, I'll show you the hottest stocks for the weeks ahead, including one that's entering its window, frankly, next week. And it's been 7 for 7 the last 7 years. One of them we talk about is Netflix. It's actually off and running, but there are a host of others we're going to watch come January 1st as well. It's amazing when that calendar turns, what happens to these stocks. It's truly incredible. All right, perfect. Moving on. I had a question on the dollar, euro, and pound. The euro is just going sideways on a daily, the dollar is going sideways on a daily chart here. This is UUP. If I go to a weekly chart, take a look at the dollar, it's still holding up. Guys, I can't tell you what's going to happen with any of these. There's a lot of forces at work here. You know, you go to the euro, they're imploding, and it's going to get worse. And then you have the British pound. The people of Britain already voted. They won out. It's the politicians, whatever you want to call it, the dark forces that are not listening and saying, hey, we want to stay in. I'm like, I'm sorry, doesn't our vote count? I mean, you even had Obama injecting himself when he was president saying if they left the Eurozone, they have to go to the back of the line. I mean, it's just a bunch of baloney. So we have to see how this plays out. It would probably be weaker for the euro, bullish for the dollar, but what's going to happen in the interim? I mean, you have central banks, unelected people in Europe trying to hold on to their jobs. They're going to do anything they can. They don't actually want to get a real job. They want to keep living off the taxpayer. So up, down, which way is it going to go? I have no idea. I think the currency is going to be one of the more wildest areas with these big movements. Keep in mind when the Swiss peg happened, when that broke, it took down brokerage firms. If you're trading Forex or trading these ETFs, man, you better make sure you have risk in check. And if you're trading Forex, stops do not always work. You're trading on margin. You can lose everything in your account, your home. You can lose a whole lot more. So please be careful. Directionally right now, on a weekly, the euro is bearish. Dollar sort of sideways to up. And the British pound, it's been bouncing, but then it had a bad week so far this week. It just is what it is. All right, now let's go back to a daily chart. Let's talk about earnings. So here's Nike. They were down about $1 after market, and they were talking about the tariffs. I just love how the tariffs are blamed for everything. If aliens invade us, it's going to be tariff related. Trust me on that one. Although most of the aliens already reside in Washington, D.C., or government in general. But here's Nike. It was exploding higher basically once December got underway. When I was reading the news article, top and bottom line sort of beat, but the tariffs they're saying is hurting them a little bit. It doesn't appear to be hurting the stock. Down a lousy, what is it? This is what, 5:53 p.m. Eastern on Thursday. We're only down $1.41 post market here, so this is not a big deal. Here's, oops, not FDX, which is FedEx. They had earnings last night or yesterday. Stock went down huge. Today we basically had a doji. Right now, the technical target on FedEx on a daily basis is going to be down here at these previous lows, 138, 139, 140, something like that, another $7. So what is that, like 5% lower? That would be the target. FedEx has a lot of overhead resistance. This is not one that looks very appetizing to me if there were to be a turnaround, because you have a little bit of a double top here around 166 or so. Then you come up here to 175, you got another one. Those are two overhead supply areas you'd have to get through. Right now, target's down here, and then you're sort of in the middle between here and here. Again, it's not a great reward to risk candidate. Here is Darden. Down big today, 6%, $7, big volume, more than double the average volume. If I zoom out on Darden, if this low fails right around 108, and again, I'm just ballparking this, we could probably go 108.50. I would just go back to previous major swing lows, maybe something at 105, but that was only a couple days. The big one is December a year ago, mid to upper 90s. That would be the target. That could be as much as 15, 20% lower. This one's definitely bearish. Here is Rite Aid, reportedly hitting a profit. Look at that volume, average volume, 2 million shares. Today's volume, 37 million, almost a 20 times average volume. Zoom out a little bit, we did close over the previous peak. That's bullish for the stock. In terms of upside targets, it's hard to buy more when a stock is up 40% practically on the day. I would just go to previous bounces at a support level. And if you look here really close, sort of hard to see. Look at this low from January a year ago. And I'm going to tie it in right here in March and then tie it in before the ledge where it fell off the cliff and it went from about 12 all the way down to 6. That number is right around 12.5. Look what today's intraday high was. Pretty close to 12.5. So that became overhead supply and it pulled off those highs. The next one where I can connect 3 points is probably around 14.75. And then I would go back up to the peak, 20, and then the next ledge, 22. Bottom line, a lot of upside targets here in RAD. I'd like to see it pull back a little bit. Here is AERI. This one is looking a little interesting. AERI Pharmaceuticals. Once we clear 25 bucks on a closing basis, you're going to break that peak, this little double peak here, and this peak here. Next technical target, back up to where all those lows would align, 37, 38. I mean, that's huge for potential upside targets. And here is VEEV, Viva, V-E-V. Look at this ledge. This is beautiful. I guess I shouldn't call the stocks beautiful, huh? But right around 138, 139, we break that. The next major low is down in the 80s. Now, there is a little swing low here around 110, but that was only a couple days. This was a 2-day low. That was a 1-day low. These are not major support levels. This is medium at best. This is the big one. Keep an eye on VEEV. It only needs another buck or two, and it could be Katie bar the door time. All right, guys. Again, happy holidays to everybody. Remember, this Saturday, 10 a.m., we're going to go live within the first 5 minutes. I will show you the hottest stocks for the weeks ahead. I will tell you how and why I can show them to you. I'll tell you how we identify when they're off and running. It's a fun informational event, and you're going to leave trading with more confidence. That's the goal, and a copy of your own hot stock list. So happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas. Wish you and your families all the very best. I'll see you in the next video, which will be on the weekend. Take good care.